honestly don't even know where to begin with this week's episode of Robyn Hood. It's as if Director X just went round to the writers and the actors and the editor in particular, handed them all a bunch of crack and went, go! It's the most bizarre episode I think I've ever seen. Admittedly, this is the third, and that's not many, and there's still 5 more to come, and I watched 3 seasons of Batwoman, and I probably have irreversible brain damage. Ah! In actual fact, I'm not even sure that I'm not on drugs right now. Well, apart from the crystal method. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. It's that time of the week again, and I don't mean my menstrual cycle. Anyway, Robyn Hood is back for episode 3 in the most bizarre episode yet. There is no John Prince, boo hiss. There is no sexy evil red-headed sheriff, boo hiss. However, Director X did hire a prostitute to play a role of a gangster's mole. That actress right now is just like, oi! I was hired for a role, thank you very much. I treaded the boards on Stoke-on-Trent. Well, yeah, but I had a cleaning job too once. Anywho, without further ado, let's get into it. That's what she said. Sorry, I have literally just intravenously fed coffee directly into my bloodstream. So the episode starts off with Little John looking at a mural of St. Jesus, George, Lionheart, Floyd. And then we get a flashback. Yes, I said to myself with bated breath, are we going to get the St. Jesus, George, Lionheart, Floyd origin story? And we weren't disappointed, folks. We start off with a little boy that is losing an exceedingly large amount of blood from his mouth. I mean, come on, people. And he's been fighting in the playground, in the yard outside. And some nasty poo-poo man has set the boys against each other in some sort of blood sport games for coin. But then, Saint Jesus, George, Lionheart, Floyd comes running in to the rescue. Stops it all, breaks it all up. There'll be no fighting here. Not in Sherwood and Forest. Not in my territory. Oh, man, it's so beautiful. Majestic. Lionheart all through and through. And the beast doth smote the nasty Latino poopy pants man and drives him away from Sherwood and Forest. Then he doth extend his mighty appendage down to the boy and says, boy, what is your name? And the boy says, John. Arise, little John, and pay close attention to this ring on my finger because it's the one that you were wearing at the beginning of the show. God, I love a good flashback. And what better way to cement this incredible emotional moment, this heartstring tugging beginning of the episode by ridiculing him immediately afterwards for quite fancying Robyn. Well, that sort of spoiled the moment, really, didn't it? Oh, I'm only kidding. The beginning wasn't remotely emotional at all, or incredible. Moving on. Jesus, titty fucking! Didn't Director X call anyone that didn't like the show a white incel? Well, I guess we've found the cure to our ill today, but anywho, Cardi B comes out the car with a wet-ass poussey or something or other, and it's the guy from the playground, the poopy pants guy, and he's just been released from prison, so the first thing he's gonna do is smoke a joint, get some evil music in the background, get his dude there to put his coat over his girlfriend's knockers, and then, after getting some new threads, he's off to Sherwood and Forest. So Mama Hood is back in the hood after her hospital visit where she was paralyzed, of course, because of poopy pants police officers. And Robyn has to smash every single piece of wall and furniture on the way in to really emphasize that change in her predicament. So she comes in, and the little daughter comes in as well, and she says to her mum, look, we've sorted everything out in the house. We've lowered things down that's on your level so you can easily reach them. We will make this transition for you as easy as possible. Now let's go make our special brand of cookies together. No! We know what your special brand of cookies are! Condoms! What if a guest comes in? Oh, wow, that's a beautiful smell. Yes, we just made some cookies. Opens the cookie jar. These cookies taste very rubbery indeed. Really? They're chocolate chip. Yeah, well, this one tastes like spermicide. You put the condoms in the cookie jar, and now you're gonna make... Oh, forget it. Then we saw something I never thought we would actually see on the show. Somebody at a job. I think this person's called Much, and she's working away, and her boss comes in, and she says to her boss, hey, you know that motorcycle of yours that isn't working? What about I try and fix it? And he's like, even though I've employed you as a mechanic, which is a skilled job, you're just a woman, and women can't do things. You just need to be in the kitchen. So, of course, I'm just going to deride and mock you because of that. And, of course, you can't fix the motorcycle. Ha, 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 ha. And she says, I'll teach you, patriarchy man. I'm a victim in a Director X TV show, and that's one thing that you can rest assured we all are here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we hear a crash and a bang, and the young daughter says, Mum! And oh no! The mum has somehow managed to overbalance in a wheelchair holding a tray of cookies. How does that even work? There's the cookies on the side. You're in the chair. This has got wheels. You wheel it. You pick it up. What were you trying to do? Wait. Was this a cry for help? Were you trying to self-delete? I'm just going to let you know, trying to throw yourself off a 2-foot drop isn't going to do much for your toots. You got to aim higher, little bit higher than that. If you want to show the hardship that she's now going to go through from being able-bodied to disabled, please at least make it a realistic situation. Not overbalancing and falling out of a chair holding a cookie jar. Yeah! I've fallen and I can't get up! But because this show has now just descended into a comedy of ridiculous victimization, let's go to Robyn. Now, I gotta say, the actress that plays Robyn is very attractive indeed. She's a beautiful young woman. However, she has the personality of Mitch McConnell when his fucking batteries ran out, okay? So please, can we have some emoting of some variety from you? I'm begging you. So Robyn is just cycling down the street because Much seems to be the only person in the show that's got a fucking job. Anywho, whoop. She gets pulled over by the 5-0, and out comes racist police officer from episode 1 that shot and paralyzed her mum. Oh my God, says Robyn. I thought they had suspended you. And the poopy pants police officer said, ha, I got off my suspension because everybody in the police forces are racist, and we love nothing more than going around being racists and victimizing people. Ha. And Robyn, I'm going to victimize and be racist to your whole family. And I'm going to literally put my fingers into the shape of a gun and point it at you threateningly, saying I'm going to shoot you because you're a victim. Ha. And Director X is going, oh my God, this victim porn I'm making is so fucking good. Oh, victimize me, daddy. Victimize me, daddy. Moving on, I swear to God, I swear to Christ Almighty, I have fallen into a parallel universe where everybody is fucked in the head. So they're having some sort of fundraiser. It's Lionheart Day or something or other. And as you can see, there's not a lot of money in the tin. However, behind people's back, Little John takes out a big wad of cash. Canadian, so it's about £2.50. And it's probably from the selling of the car parts from John Prince's car. And he puts this wad of cash in the tin, closes it up and is like, I guess the fundraiser's over because I just gave money. That's how fundraisers work, don't you know? Robyn comes and tells Little John that racist poopy pants police officer's back to be a racist poopy pants. And then Guy comes in to steal the money from Little John. You know, the big wad of cash that he just put into the tin. And then Guy just happened to come in at the same time and be like, we'll have that money. Thank you very much indeed. But that wasn't the most concerning thing about this scene. It's when Cardi fucking wet-ass Poussey says that he's been in prison for 9.5 years. And I'm thinking to myself, how fucking old are you when he started dating you? Huh? I mean, she doesn't look particularly old, and even the guy refers to her as young later on in the episode. And you've been in prison for 10 years and you're dating? Okay, move on, I guess. Guy starts waving his gun in people's faces, getting them all intimidated. And John's thinking to himself, I've got to take this guy out. I've got to take this guy out. And this time, it's personal. So Robyn tries to talk him out of it, but he's like, no, I'm all half naked now and sweaty, punching one of those mannequin type things. And then he has another vision, another flashback of Sir Jesus, George, Lionheart, Floyd, our beloved savior. And he's talking to him and he's just like, have you ever killed somebody, Lionheart? And Lionheart's like, yeah, I have actually. And, but I'm a good guy now, and I don't do that sort of thing. So, you just gotta be a guy who doesn't kill people like I've done, but I'm now reformed, but I want you not to kill people first so you don't have to be reformed. Yeah. So Guy tries to recruit Little John into his gang, but Little John is just like, no way, man. And then Guy sticks a knife to his throat and intimidates him. And now Little John is scared and intimidated of Guy and is not going to go through with his plan to kill him. So I guess that's Little John's arc out of the way nice and conveniently. Wow, wasn't that a lot of fun? Get back to being a pussy bitch that takes orders from his girlfriend who doesn't want to be with him. So Much is outside on the rooftop smoking a joint because it's Canada and everyone smokes a joint. I guess that's a really good example for the kids. Whatever. And Alan, who's the most unthreatening, unassuming male, comes in. You know, the kind of guy that you could literally leave your girlfriend or wife on his fucking dick and you would feel safe that nothing would happen. He's that unassuming. Anyway, him and Much have a conversation and I couldn't understand a fucking word of what was going on, but I think the result was that Alan can get a part for the motorcycle that Much needs to fix it. They might have also been talking about fucking sausages for all I know. So we get to the best scene of the whole episode. You see, Robyn's mum has now locked herself away in the bedroom, just staring at the window with the curtains closed or some shit, feeling sorry for herself after her recent fall from her wheelchair, where she overbalanced holding a tray of cookies. Anyway, I get it. She's going through difficulties. So Robyn knocks on the door and is thinking to herself, I need to try and get my mum out of this funk. I need to try and do something to make her feel better about herself, to make her mind go elsewhere apart from being dead from the waist down. Hey, Mum. Yeah? Do you fancy going out for a walk? Who the fuck wrote this episode? Ricky Berwick? If I was her mum, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just say, bitch? What did you just say? Hey, Mum, fancy making like an Autobot and rolling out? Then she says, you know, get some fresh air. You tosspot. That was your opening line. Not, hey, do you fancy a walk? You paraplegic. This episode's just wild. It's crazy. I don't believe for one moment you put that line in without any self-awareness whatsoever. Meanwhile, Sherwood with Guy of Gisborne feels like Compton fuck Detroit and Sherwood Forest is their fucking offspring. Meanwhile, there's a police officer running around outside going, I'm gonna fucking shoot everyone because I'm the big Oasisist. What the fuck am I watching? They should go to fucking Jerusalem for a holiday and be more fucking peaceful there. Gratuitous drone shot. There isn't any really particular reason why I decided to choose this frame to pause on. Well, apart from the big old titties. So Guy Gisborne, or Guy of Gisborne, Guy from Gisborne? This guy may or may not be from the vicinity of Gisborne, is going around the local businesses extorting money, fair enough, but after introducing his young girlfriend who's been dating for 10 years, yikes, he's got a bit of a bee in his bonnet about this mechanic, because this mechanic actually stood up to him at the Jesus George Lionheart Floyd Memorial Begathon earlier. That's the guy who stuck the gun in his face. So because he's a mechanic and his tools are his hands, he goes and sticks it in one of the vices and starts to crush it. But thankfully, I paused it on the woman's tits again. Oh, and the Hood gang might have come in and taken the money from the gangsters, which I'm actually unsure whether or not they gave back to the mechanic or not. Tits! So the villains are chased down into a car park and Guy is shot with an arrow. That or he picked up a very heavy tray of cookies and fell out of his wheelchair. Then we go to a much emotional flashback where little John remembers when he was a kid and he witnessed Guy shooting and killing. Once more with feeling. Jesus George Lionheart Floyd! And when the gun fell on the floor, Little John picked it up and pointed it at Guy, ready to kill him. But the dying Lionheart said, Don't! And so Guy walked out. And then before he died, Lionheart said to John, Here, take my ring. Because after having a good career and doing something with your life in the army, you're going to come back and be a bum and a jobless waste of society. Oh. And then he passes into the next life. This was much emotional, very heartfelt. I cried all of the tears. I went around the world. I counted how many tears there were. And then I cried all of those plus one more, pouring one out for my homie Lionheart. Oh, I'm going to have to clean. Oh, fucking hell. God damn, I'm going to have to clean that up now. Why do they do that? Why do you... Only water. Disguised as vodka. But the tables have now turned because it's Robyn who is now considering killing Guy of Gisborne. But this time, after all those flashbacks he just had, Little John steps up and says, Robyn, stop and appreciate that woman's beautiful big old titty bag that Az managed to pause once again in the screen. It's like a gift. I'm like the boob whisperer or something like that, you know? Is that white incel enough for you, Director X? Always about color with you as well. Stop it. So with all the poopy pants people defeated, it's time for a much-earned rest, and Much is having a beer with her boss, and he's like, wow, you fixed my motorcycle. I guess women can do things apart from cook. Yay for feminism. Boo for the patriarchy. I'm off to have a sex change. I don't know, something like that, probably. So all the crew meet up and Robyn says, hey, why don't we be gay and do crime? And they all go, yay! Let's steal things that don't belong to us and give them to people who are undeserving because they're lazy bums and they don't work for a living. This is morality! Hurrah! So then they celebrate their newfound thievery by watching their absolutely god-awful new song live with a chat that moves so fucking slow it might as well be a DSP stream. Cut to Robyn's mum now bezzing around the apartment in a wheelchair going, yay! Being dead from the waist down is awesome! No speed bump's gonna stop me. Actually, that was a bit insensitive saying speed bump. Sorry about that. Oh, I felt like your daughter for a minute then. Anyway, I guess you got over that pretty quick. Oh, well, move on to the next episode. So once again, we're left with... What? Oh, how did they get that? How did that get... Come on. Unbelievable. That's... Ooh. I guess I'll see you in the next episode. I guess we won't see them in the next episode. Oh, well. Bye for now.